Hey there guys, it's Metro, and today we're back with another discussion. This time going to be discussing whether or not Dauntless pieces can become legendaries. So the reason we're talking about this is because about 3 weeks ago somebody sent me on this epic rabbit hole saying that somebody has gotten a Dauntless piece turned into a legendary. And I've seen a few, I've done all kinds of searching on the internet. I see a lot of people saying that they have gotten Dauntless from legendaries, and none of it is backed up by any actual evidence. But then on the other side, it's people saying no, it's actually impossible to get Dauntless from a legendary. You could only get it from Relinquished, and that's once again backed up by absolutely no evidence. So I think one of two things are happening here. Okay, people who are more than often, people who are saying that Dauntless can become legendaries are people who are confused what Dauntless actually is. In fact, this week I actually asked my guild. I said, hey guys, 30 some people in the raid. I said, hey guys, has anybody actually gotten a legendary from Dauntless gear? And somebody was like, yeah, I have. I was like, really? What? How did it happen? No, tell me what happened. It's like, yeah, I just bought the piece. I got instead of an 880, I got this. So yeah, what they're doing is they're confusing Dauntless for Relinquish, which is no surprise, right? I mean, the WoW community is confused enough as it is, so yeah, that's not good. But regardless, I think that's probably what a lot of people are doing. They're thinking that they're getting Dauntless. They don't actually know what Dauntless means. Dauntless is the piece that you purchase for 400 nether shards. It starts at 850 and it's a blue. Maybe it's still an epic, but regardless, it starts at 850. Yeah, it's still an epic, but anyway, it starts at 850 and it's 400 pieces. And then Relinquished is the 5k piece. It starts at 880 and has a chance to be any item in the game. So that's the difference, and that's probably the only real piece of evidence that Dauntless cannot be a legendary, because when you buy Dauntless, you never get random pieces. You always just get this Dauntless ring, this Dauntless looking ring. You know what I mean? It's got the same stats. It's always very normal. The trinkets, I guess, are the best way to test it. You always get this standard ass trinket. You never get anything from a dungeon, anything from a raid. But with Relinquished, you can actually get tier gear. You can get trinkets from 5-mans or raids, anything in the game basically. So I think that's probably the one piece of evidence that Dauntless cannot become legendaries. Yet there are still some people who have corroborated, saying that they have gotten them. They went out, they've got it. This is, I think, one person said this word for word. They went to the island, they looted a chest, in it was Dauntless piece, they clicked it, and it was a legendary. So that person, at least sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But once again, he has no proof of this, and obviously I could say that right now. I could say it in a straight face and make you guys believe it, but that's not what this is about. Okay, this is about finding proof of this, and I don't know why it's this difficult to do. If it's actually true, then there has to be some proof of this, but there doesn't appear to be. It's turned into this great WoW myth, and most people just don't care, but this is something you should care about, because if you could farm legendaries for what effectively is 15 minutes of effort a day, that's a really big deal, guys. That really is a big deal. So now some people have said that regardless of whether or not you can farm legendaries from Dauntless or Relinquished, they don't attribute to bad luck protection. So you have just as likely a chance to get, no matter when you buy it, it's always the same chance, and it's extremely, extremely low. Now, I wouldn't agree with this either, and once again, they have no proof of this, because I was doing this on my alts, and I actually killed Jaden's Burning Wish on my monk when I switched to Windwalker to buy a trinket, the first trinket I bought. So that seems like a hell of a coincidence. I guess I either got extremely lucky or bad luck protection, because that was the first legendary I got on my fresh 110 monk. So anyway, that's a discussion for another day. But regardless, if that is or isn't true, it doesn't really make a difference. If Dauntless can be a legendary, we need to know as a community, and that could be the biggest thing ever in the game. And if for some reason Blizzard ever comes to watch this or hear about this discussion, just make it possible. Okay, even if it's not right now, just make it a very small chance, as small as, we said, take bad luck protection, whatever, doesn't matter. Just make it possible, because unless you're adding new legendaries, stop forcing people to go do stuff they don't want to just to increase their legendary chances. I have all these alts and I want to get legendaries, but unlike my main that's been playing since the beginning, it's going to take months to get the legendaries I want on these characters. Maybe it may never happen. So if you give us a way to target legendaries, just legendaries, right? So the difference between Dauntless and Relinquished is that Relinquished starts at 880 and can be anything. So I'm not just targeting legendaries there, I'm targeting good pieces that can Titan Forge into 900 plus gear, stuff that's actual actual upgrades. But when I'm buying 850 gear, it's not an upgrade for almost any toon. Like even the first week, my toons don't need 850, you know? And you can just get them from the island. So you're giving me a chance to, you know, spend resources on something that only has a chance to become a legendary effectively. Like, sure, I guess the chances could be higher that it would Titan Forge to 880 than me get a legendary. But regardless, I open 105 in this video and I don't think I get anything 880. I hover over every single one. So you can take a look if you really want to. But regardless, that's that. So what I'm asking for now, guys, is proof. Okay, we have to have proof. So if you have gotten a legendary on Dauntless and you don't have proof of it, then I don't really care to hear it. Tell your story anyway, I suppose, but what I'm looking for is all it takes is one human being on this whole planet to do this for me. Okay, record, get a legendary, send it to me, or post it in the thread. There's a thread that I've contributed to in the description of this video. Please check that out. This is where a lot of the conversation started. But regardless, all we need is get the legendary, show it on screen, and now we have proof that it's possible. Okay, and also tell us where you got the piece if you do end up doing that. So what I did here was to just create a format of like video, you know, a science really. I just bought a bunch, pressed record, opened them, showed it to you guys. You see exactly what I get. And that's all we need. So if you get a legendary and you have any type of visual proof of it, please, please, please let me know. I'll fucking pay you. Honestly, like I just want to see if this is humanly possible or not. And I'm so sick of this. Like, I mean, look at that thread I posted, guys. It's hilarious. It's like, oh, it's possible. No, it's not possible. Oh, yeah, I got one. No, it's not. You couldn't have got one. That's basically what it is. And that's really annoying. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys are just watching, passing through, but I would really like to get some information on whether or not this is possible. Like I said, some actual proof. So just any type of visual proof that you did receive a legendary from a Dauntless item would be good. And otherwise, that's that. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.